Now I'd like to ask you some questions about your life, Susan. You might find them very personal, but it's important that you answer me as honestly as possible.
Fine. Let's get it over with then, shall we? I'd like to go home at last.
Of course, I understand. So, Susan, let's see. Are you living alone at the moment?
Okay. Ich lebe allein und das ist auch gut so. Ich habe eine Freundin, die ist schon Krankenversorger um mich. Nee, wir wollen ja nach Hause, ne? Dann
I live with a friend. She must be worried sick about me.
A friend? Really? I'm confused. In your suicide note, you said you live alone.
Okay, I lied.
You shouldn't be afraid of opening up, Susan.
No, I know.
Please, it's for your own good that we're doing this.
Okay,
We
ich habe
need to
wahrscheinlich
figure
keine
out
andere
where
Wahl.
things have gone wrong and how
Muss
to
hier
fix
weiter.
them.
I'm afraid you'll need a time machine for that, Doctor.
A human mind is the best time machine you can get, Susan. All we need is for you to relax and be honest with me. Can we do that?
Yes, Doctor.
What do you do for a living?
I'm between jobs at the moment. I'll find something soon. But it's been difficult. I didn't feel that great. I felt weak and powerless and tired most of the time. I felt really awfully tired.
Typical depression symptoms. We can give you something for that. You'll feel stronger and motivated.
I admire your faith in modern medication, Doctor. I hope you're right.
Describe to me what your mornings look like. What is the first thing you do each day?
Ich trinke einen starken Kaffee und rauche auf dem Balkon. Ich frühstücke meistens Müsli. Ich trinke eine Tasse Tee und lese die Zeitung. Ich liege wach im Bett. Kann mich nicht dazu bringen, die Augen zu öffnen wahrscheinlich. Ich gehe auf Toilette. Das ist nicht jeder. Ich mache den Fernseher an, um alte Fernsehsendungen zu gucken. Ich denke mal, das mache ich zumindest.
I eat breakfast. Cereal usually.
Excellent. A healthy breakfast at the start of the day is extremely important. Would you say that you feel safer at home than outside?
Ja.
Yeah, I suppose. It's not really about safety. I've just felt sad for a long time now. Really sad, you know? Somehow it brings me down even more when I go out and see all those happy, successful people. It makes me feel more like a failure. If I don't see it, it doesn't hurt that much.
What do you think is missing in your life? Or rather, what is one thing that you think would make your life better?
Mehr Geld zu haben, ein guter Freund, jemand, den ich eigentlich vertrauen kann. Ich wünschte, ich sehe besser aus. Etwas, für das es sich zu kämpfen lohnt. Ja, das ist doch das, was sie immer nicht hatte.
Something to fight for, you know? A reason to go on.
There's always a reason to live. Sometimes we just don't see it that clearly.
Well, Doctor, I must have gone all blind then, because I can't see any.
Have you ever attended group therapy for depression or some other form of counseling?
Als ob.
No, I'm not sure it's a good idea. Especially the group therapy thing. I'd hate it.
You should at least give it a go first and then decide. If you don't like it, we can think of something else. Yeah?
Menschenhass.
If you insist. but I doubt it'll help.
Do you have problems sleeping?
Every night. I take pills for that. There aren't any left now, though.
In the light of recent events, I think you should stay off those pills for a while. I suggest you drink some hot milk before bed instead. Would you describe for me how you feel at the moment?
Ich denke mal, dass es ihr besser gehen würde. Oder dass die ganze Welt gegen ihr ist.
I feel like the whole world is against me.
Do you find it hard to concentrate?
No, not really.
Do you drink alcohol, Susan?
Only sometimes.
I'd suggest you don't consume any alcohol at all for a while. Does that sound like something you can do?
Yeah, sure. I'm not a big drinker anyway.
Sometimes when life gets too much and people feel sad or upset, they think about suicide. Do you often think about suicide?
Nun, ich habe manchmal drüber nachgedacht. Es würde wahrscheinlich auch eher zu ihr passen.
Well, I used to think about it sometimes. Don't you think about it when you're really down?
Susan, I'm a psychiatrist. My job is to talk people out of it. Would you ask a fireman if he ever thinks about setting fire to his house?
I suppose not. But I'm sure lots of people have times when they do think about
Kann man
it.
nicht vergleichen.
I couldn't say, Susan. The statistics show that men are 3 times more likely than women to commit suicide. That puts you in the minority. But of course, that's missing the point. Suicide is never the solution. There's always a way of solving whatever problem you might have.
I realize that now.
Please, in your own words, try to explain to me, why did you really try to take your own life, Susan?
Es war nur plötzlich ein plötzlicher Impuls. Ich schäme mich jetzt dafür. Nichts hat mich mehr glücklicher gemacht. Ich wollte jedem zeigen, wie verletzt ich im Innern war. Nichts hat mich mehr glücklich gemacht. Das ist doch das, was sie auch gemeint hat, ne?
Nothing was making me happy anymore. There wasn't a single thing that would bring a smile to my face. I kept thinking, won't it be better if I just disappear?
Ja,
I tried. I really tried to find something.
das meinte sie.
Took a long bath, picked up a book, watched some television, but I just couldn't get into anything. All those things seemed like worthless distractions, and I myself felt obsolete, needless. It just would get worse and worse. By the afternoon, I realized I cried for the past 3 hours. I didn't even know I'd been crying until I went to the bathroom and saw my face in the mirror. I looked like a ghost. I looked like I was dead already, you know? And then I saw the sleeping pills. I thought, why not? And I did it.
Alter.
Do you feel as if you're a burden, or that life isn't worth living?
Ja, nicht mehr. Also, wir haben ja den Tod getroffen und haben jetzt vielleicht einen wahrlichen Grund zum Leben.
Not anymore. It's strange. But I feel lighter. I feel stronger. Besides, I live alone. Who could I be a burden to?
What makes you feel better?
Meine Katzen, wenn wir schon dabei sind.
My cats. I always put out a bowl of food for the stray cats. They're ever so grateful. I like their company.
What makes you feel worse?
Leute, die haben mich zu oft enttäuscht. Ich hasse es, wenn es die ganze Zeit regnet. Lärm, Einsamkeit, schwer zu sagen.
People. They've let me down too many times. I don't know who to trust anymore. I only trust my cats these days.
So you say in the suicide note.
Because that's true. I've been stabbed in the back more times than I could count.
Have you imagined your funeral and how people will react to your death?
Wahrscheinlich würde niemand kommen. Noch nicht drüber nachgedacht. Ich habe sie mir auch vorgestellt. Ich hoffe, die Leute würden sich schämen vielleicht. Oder schlechte Gedanken machen.
Oh, I never really thought about that. But I guess it would be a cheap one. I don't really know what they do with people like me. Maybe they just throw us in a hole and forget about it, since there'd be nobody to visit my grave anyway.
I don't think so, Susan. The city would pay for it.
Or so they want people to believe.
Finally, I'd like you to tell me about Eric.
Eric?
Yes, your husband.
Oh.
I believe this might be important. What can you tell me about your relationship? What had happened between you two?
Ich möchte wirklich nicht darüber reden. Es hat nichts mit ihm zu tun. Kann ich jetzt bitte nach Hause gehen? Da gibt's nichts zu reden. Es wird spät, können wir nicht mal was darüber reden. Oh, es scheint wohl wirklich was zu sein, weil sie da jede Option umgeht ja die Frage.
I don't really want to talk about this.
Fine. I suppose you've opened enough for one day. Okay, one more question. This is just a formality, but I have to ask, are you going to do it again?
That's a hard one. I don't know. But hey, I've got it. The answer is no, I'm not. Thank you very much.
Excellent. We're nearly done here. There's just one more thing I must clear with you. What exactly happened last night?
Well, after I'd met you outside the ward yesterday, I went back to my room and fell asleep. I slept really well, considering what happened earlier. But then someone woke me up. It was the same nurse who was so friendly with me the first night. She said we needed to talk.
We must go, Susan. You are not safe here.
But
Please, you must follow me, quickly.
Okay.
I went after her. The ward seemed very quiet. It must have been late at night.
Ja, das ist ja cool.
Hurry!
Wait for me. Tell me what's going on here. The security guys were gone. She pointed at the corridor and said,
You go first. I'll explain everything in a minute. Susan, if we don't escape now, they're going to hurt you. Please trust me. I know a way out of here. I'll help you escape. Let's go down this corridor. I'll be right behind you.
I think I can hear someone coming.
Damn it! We can't go through there. Let's turn back, Susan. I know another way. Turn left here. We can use the maintenance lift to get us out of this place.
Okay. Auf zu. Wo soll's da hingehen? Das ist das Dach, ne?
What are we doing on the roof? Liz. What the hell are you doing? And why is
Oh.
there blood on your clothes? Liz.
It's quicker than the stairs. And besides, all the doors are locked anyway. This is the only way out of here. The only escape. Let's both jump. It won't hurt, you'll see.
Die ist verrückt geworden, komm runter. Das ist eine schlechte Idee.
This is a bad idea. Calm down and we'll talk.
I've made up my mind. I need to end this suffering now. Besides, I have no one to live for anyway. No one ever listened to me. No one ever cared.
I listened. You're a nice girl. You have your whole life ahead of you.
You listened. Did you really?
Of course I did. You talk a lot, but I've always been a good listener. I liked talking to you.
Ich neulich erzählt habe, erinnern Sie sich an die Geschichte, die ich neulich erzählt habe? Ja. Wieso sagt sie das jetzt nicht? Hallo?
The one about the woman in A&E?
Ja. Wie war das denn nochmal? Sie verschwand und wurde später tot im Wald. Nein, sie wurde vom Wachmann... Was? Der die in die Eier getreten hat? Ja. Sie rauchte eine Zigarette und verband im Bett. Ja, verband im Bett, das war's doch.
Yeah, she smoked a cigarette and burned in bed.
Okay. You have listened. Maybe you're right. Or maybe it was just a blind guess. But I must jump anyway. I have no choice.
Wait! Please stop and think for a second.
Did you not hear what I said? I have no choice.
Yes, you do! You can choose to come back inside with me, and we'll just forget this like it never happened, okay?
Do you remember that other thing I told you? I'm sure I told you about my flatmates. Did I tell you what one of them does for a living? I bet you don't remember that.
War eine Stripperin oder so. Ja. Ja.
She's a stripper.
Yes. Or at least that's what I think she is. You've listened. I just wish other people did.
I'm sure they do. It can't be that bad.
What do you know? Why do you care anyway?
I don't want you to make the same mistake I did.
I thought you of all people knew how it feels. When you're trapped and you can't trust anyone.
Look, I'm sure there must be someone who cares about you.
My colleagues don't care. My family don't care. Even my fucking boyfriend never cared. He said he needed to go find himself. Did I tell you when he broke up with me?
Valentinstag?
On Valentine's Day.
Yes. Valentine's Day.
Das war jetzt
You and I
geraten.
could have been good friends, you know. You really listened to everything I said after all. I'll be back. When you need help, I'll be there, Susan. But right now, it's time for me to let go.
No!
Oh.
After that, I went back. I tried telling people about Liz, but they all thought I was crazy again and didn't believe me.
And you were absolutely sure you saw Liz jump off this building?
You know, It doesn't matter. I just want to finish this and get some fresh air.
Susan, I know Liz well. She wouldn't do something like that. As a matter of fact, I saw her this morning. She's fine. I'd like you to come with me and see her. Say hi. Make sure she's alright.
Stop treating me like I'm crazy. Fine, I'll go. I don't even care that much anyway. The door is locked?
I plan ahead, Susan. I had a feeling in my gut, and my gut's never wrong. I feel like I really got to know you, though. I'm very sorry you've had such a difficult life. I like your green eyes and your sleek cheekbones. You're a clever girl, Susan, but the sadness has poisoned you for too long. There is no coming back from it. For what it's worth, I would have let you go if it wasn't for Liz.
Where am I?
Ich frage mich, was dann passiert. Ja. Silence. Okay.
Who are you?
Okay.
I am the Crow, of course. I will get you out of here. Unless Susan wants to stay. I thought so. There are 2 doors leading out of this place. One of them will simply take Susan back to where she belongs. But behind the other one, there is a great reward for her. It's something she always wanted. Something she longs for every single day.
Where are those doors? I can't see them.
Just walk back to the right side of the stage. Ideally, the Susan can't miss them.
Alter. Hat der eine kranke Stimme. Was zur Hölle?
Does Susan like my girls? I knew she would.
Whatever they are, tell them to stop staring.
But they are here to guide Susan. They are the guardians of the doors. They know which door she should enter to get her rewards. But there is one problem.
There's always a problem. I'm not even surprised. Which door should I go through?
I will leave that to Susan's own best judgment. But this might be her only chance to find what she had lost. Waste it. And Susan will never get it back. Susan has one question. And she can only ask one of them. She must use it wisely.
Fine, I can do that. But what's the catch?
It's very simple. One of my girls always tells the truth, while the other one always lies.
And I'm guessing you can't tell me which is which?
It's something I've forgotten myself a long time ago, Susan. But does it really matter? One question is all Susan needs to find the right door.
Was ist das für eine kranke Scheiße? Welche würde denn... Ist doch scheißegal. Beleidigen? Beleidigen wir sie mal.
You're just an ugly, disgusting, disfigured, foul, hideous thing.
Und ja, sehr viel gesagt. Untersuche. Ich wünschte, sie würde aufhören, mich anzustarren. Okay. Durch welche Tür soll ich gehen? Welche Tür wird mich zu meiner Belohnung führen? Welche Tür wird mich in die nächste Welt führen? Ist die linke Tür, die ich öffnen soll? Ist die rechte Tür, die ich öffnen soll? Welche Tür würde die andere Puppe mir zeigen? Ist die andere Puppe ein Lügner? Nehmen wir mal das hier, weil da kann man ja jetzt nicht direkt lügen, also mit... Oder, ja doch, ne?
So, which door should I enter?
Kann ich die hier fragen? Scheiße, Mann. Ich habe keine Ahnung, ob das richtig ist. What the fuck? Hi. Er hat uns auch abgestochen, ne?
You treacherous, dirty bastard. I opened my heart to you, and you stabbed me to death in cold blood. You'll pay for this. I swear you will.
Oh
But
ja.
this means the old woman was right. I can't die. I'm immortal. I think it's time to find out how very mortal you are, Doctor.
Okay. Ich würde sagen, fürs erste Witz hier reichen. Wir sehen uns das nächste Mal. Schön, dass ihr dabei wart. Auf Wiedersehen.